Hey, welcome back, Ram fans. Mark from Rams up here. Big win by our Rams, 36 to 19 over the Browns. They've won three straight now, improved to 6-6. And yes, this bad football team, as they like to say, is in the hunt, relevant. Unfortunately, the Chiefs couldn't take care of business. We really needed them to beat the Packers. So, as of last night, before the game, the Rams were the seventh seed. They drop out to the eighth seed now, but a lot of games to be played, a lot of tiebreakers to figure out. It's going to be messy for sure. So I'm not going to get into that rabbit hole quite yet. We'll talk about that in our path to the playoff segment later this week on the podcast. But hey, really impressive performance by our Rams against a quality football team, a quality defense. I mean, Browns were banged up on the backside on the defense there. Denzel Ward being out, and Myles Garrett was 100%, but a really good performance by our offense and defense. I knew the offensive line had played well, and Alaric Jackson is a guy up front that, of all the offensive linemen, has probably been the least reliable, a little unsteady, but apparently he played really well, getting a game ball from Sean McVay, so that's a good sign. Dealing with Myles Garrett most of the game, kept Stafford clean. And the offensive line as a whole played really well. If you're going to give a shout out to anybody, any unit, it starts there, right? But Matthew Stafford played a clean game, no mistakes, and no interceptions. Played a little bit safe, but he made some really impressive throws as well. That one to Nacua was especially on spot. 70-yard catch and run for the Rams' first touchdown. I had a really good feeling after that play. I think we all did. But, there were a couple of things that bothered me. I'll get them out of the way real quick. I was really disappointed that we gave up a touchdown to this Joe Flacco-led offense on their opening drive, just marched down the field on our defense. And I was also really disappointed that we gave up a touchdown drive right after the Rams offense had put together a really beautiful drive. Man, Rams went up 20-13. Thought we were starting to take control of this game, and then our defense gives up, lets the Browns answer, and they missed the extra point, so we still led 20-19. But need our defense to step up there, get a 3-and-out, shut them down. Let's close this game out. So it's still nervous time for a little while after that until that interception by John Johnson, and the Rams closed the deal pretty well. But, if you watch this game, you start to realize, especially in the second half, that the amount of talent that Les Snead and Sean McVay have gathered on this roster. And we have some dudes. We have a lot of really good players. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a weak roster, but you don't know what you don't know. And we're starting to realize Rams have some players. And you know what? We talk about the rookie class. Great rookie class. Kobe Turner, Puka Nacua, Byron Young, Ethan Evans, the punter getting it done, Steve Avila. And I think there's some guys that we haven't seen enough of yet that are probably going to end up being contributors. The Trey Tomlinsons and the Davis Allens, those guys, maybe even Zach Evans. But look at our second-year guys. Russ Yeast, denying that fourth down pass. Kyren Williams, what more can you say about Kyren Williams? And I talked about this a little bit on the pod. Christian McCaffrey is probably the best running back in the league. Kyren Williams is on that second tier. Closing the gap, though, he is a really, really talented running back. But look at it this way. If you had a player in a contract, McCaffrey in his contract, his mega deal, versus Kyren Williams and his rookie deal, which would you rather have? Now, the answer is probably still McCaffrey. Most fans are going to say that, give him all the money he wants. But point I'm making, the Rams drafting Kyren Williams in that spot and the productivity we're getting out of him, pretty nice deal for the Rams. And Darion Kendrick, he had a couple of mistakes he made yesterday. Gave up the one big play and had the penalty as well. But, he's starting to step up. He's earned the trust of the Rams defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris, again, and overall playing pretty well. And look at the guys that we've added. Demarcus Robinson, not, I wouldn't even say he was an afterthought in this offense the first 10 weeks. He was not part of this offense really at all. And then starting to make plays the last 2 weeks, yesterday, that big play on the sideline, and then the touchdown reception. Ahkello Witherspoon, we brought him in, number one cornerback at getting it done. John Johnson, much like Demarcus Robinson, they go, why do we sign this guy? Is he just, a brain trust on the sideline, helping out these younger guys? And now Quentin Lake's out, Russ Yeast sliding into a slightly different role. John Johnson, hey, he's getting it done at the safety position all of a sudden and makes a big play really to close out the game. Got a game ball from McVay as well. And then there's Kevin Dotson. Steeler fans were celebrating this trade, getting rid of Dotson, sending him to the Rams. And I don't know what they saw there in Pittsburgh, but what I'm seeing here is a Pro Bowl year from our new guard, getting it done week in and week out. Last I heard, he was the highest grade guard in the league, I think. So very happy to have him on board, and what a great trade by the Rams. Just need to get him re-signed. So where do we go from here? I'm not going to get into my path to the playoffs quite yet, but the Rams go to Baltimore, another team coming off a bye. The Rams have to play third time this year, and there will be a fourth coming up. And it's on the road nonetheless. And man, what a tough task. But the way this Rams team is playing, they have a shot here. They're probably going to need a little bit of help. Now, Rams aren't going to win out. They're going to need some help to get to the playoffs, but a win over the Ravens, that'd be a big step. That would put them, probably put them over 50% chance of getting to the playoffs if they can beat the Ravens. 7-point underdogs, I think I saw. But, weather will be a deal, probably be part of the equation here in Baltimore. I haven't checked that yet. But Rams, if they can go up there and get a win, man, it'll be a really big deal. And they can, the way this team is playing, Lamar Jackson, that's a tough nut to crack, but Rams have played plenty of mobile quarterbacks this year already, haven't they? And Lamar Jackson, next man up. So big win for the Rams, 6-6, 3 straight wins on the road to Baltimore. See if we can steal a win against the Ravens. Out here for now from Rams Up. Thanks for watching.